Hello Algebra 1 students, here we are in Unit 7, Tier 1. Let's check off our booklet. Here we are in Tier 1, Lesson 3, writing a quadratic. So a lot of times when we're writing a quadratic from the factors, this right here is factored form like I explained to you in Lesson 1. Well, sometimes we want to go from factored form and be able to write a quadratic in standard form. And to do this, we just have to use the distributive property. Now, when I use the distributive property, I like to use a Punnett square. And when I do it, I like to make sure that I put so if you see this one, I just put right here, right? And I like to put it up there with its sign. That's why I put the -2 with the -2. And then I'll put this one up and down, so x and then plus 12, because I want to make sure I know that it's a positive 12. So then I just come over here to the Punnett square and I multiply these out. Well, x times x gives me x squared in that box. X times -2 is -2 times x, or -2x. And then I have x up here times positive 12, so I have 12x. And then I have 12 times -2, which 12 times -2 gives me -24. And then what's really cool about the Punnett square whenever you're doing this, and this always holds true, is that then your diagonals are always your like terms. So like this right here is a like term. These are like terms that you can combine, right? Combine like terms. So if we come over here, we write this thing, combining our like terms, we have x squared, right? And then we have -2x and then positive 12x. Well, -2 plus 12 is positive 10x. And then we have -24. So this is the standard form of this quadratic. And then the yellow that I highlighted earlier, that's the factored form of that quadratic. So let's come down here and it says convert the vertex form into standard form. The first thing we want to do is we have to understand some things. Well, first thing we need to understand is that this x minus 4 squared is the same thing as x minus 4 times x minus 4. So what we want to do is we want to come over here and use a Punnett square. Now I just do the same thing like I did before. X times x is x squared. X times minus 4 is -4x. X times minus 4 is -4x. And then -4 times -4 is positive 16. And again, these are my like terms on the diagonals. So I can then write this part, just this part is all I've done so far, right? I can rewrite this quadratic as y equals -6, and then I have x squared minus 8x, right? Because -4x plus -4x gives me -8x, and then plus 16. And then on the outside over here, I have this plus 10. So this -6 had to stay out there, and then that plus 10. So this had to stay out there, and so did this plus 10. So now all I have to do is distribute the -6 into this quadratic. I know there's a lot of steps. Just stay with it. -6x squared. Well, -6 times -8, right? -6 times -8 is positive 48x. And then -6 times 16. I don't know that off the top of my head, so I'm going to go to my calculator, which is -96. But then I also still have that plus 10 out here. So last thing I'm going to do is have to combine those like terms at the end, these two. So I'll get -6x squared plus 48x minus 86, because -96 plus a positive 10 gives me my -86. So this would be my quadratic of this. When I get the standard form, I would have to put y equals on it like this too, just like they had. And that's how you would convert from vertex form into standard form. Good luck on your practice set.